Hello, my name is Alex, and I play the cello. And normally, I go to England Conservatory, which is a really cool place where all different people playing all different instruments get together, and we study music and we play music, and it's amazing. But I'm not there right now, and well, no one is. And I don't know where you are watching this, but I hope you're well, and I hope everyone you know is well. But today, wherever you are, we're going to be doing two things that I love to do. We're going to be playing music, and we're going to be telling stories. I have two stories for you today to share. But before the stories, maybe I should just play my cello first. So today, I have two stories to share with you, along with my cello. And both of these stories, well, you know, you might feel like you can't go out, or you can't play, or maybe you can't do the things you used to in the house, and you can't get as wild and silly as you used to. So today, both of these stories happen to have a whole lot of monkey business that I don't think we would normally be able to get up to. So for our first story and our first bit of monkey business, let's hear Caps for Sale. Caps for sale. A tale of a peddler, some monkeys, and their monkey business. And here comes the page. Once, there was a peddler who sold caps. Do you know what a peddler is? It's someone who sells caps. But he was not like an ordinary peddler, carrying his wares on his back. He carried them on top of his head. First he had his own checked cap, then a bunch of brown caps, then a bunch of gray caps, then a bunch of blue caps, then a bunch of red caps on the very top. He walked up and down the street, calling, "Caps? Caps for sale? 50 cents a cap?" One morning, nobody wanted any caps. He walked up the street, and he walked down the street calling, "Caps? Caps for sale? 50 cents a cap?" But nobody wanted any caps that morning. Nobody wanted even a red cap. He began to feel very hungry, but he had no money for lunch. "I'll go for a walk in the country," said he, and he walked out of town. Slowly, so as not to disturb the caps on his head. He walked for a long time, until he came to a great big tree. "That's a nice place for rest," thought he, and he sat down very slowly under the tree, against the tree trunk, so as not to disturb the caps on his head. Then he put up his hand to feel if they were straight. First his own checked cap, then the gray caps, then the brown caps, then the blue caps, then the red caps on the very top. They were all there. So he went to sleep. He slept for a long time. When he awoke, he was refreshed and rested. But before getting up, he felt with his hand to see if his caps were straight. All he felt was his own checked cap. He looked to the right of him. No caps. He looked to the left of him. No caps. He looked in back of him. No caps. He looked behind the tree. No caps. Finally, he looked up into the tree. And what do you think he saw? On every branch sat a monkey. On every monkey was either a brown, or a gray, or a blue, or a red cap. The peddler looked at the monkeys. The monkeys looked at the peddler. He didn't know what to do. Finally, he spoke to them. "You monkeys, you," he said, shaking a finger at them. "You give me back my caps." But the monkeys only shook their fingers back at him and said, "Tsk, tsk, tsk." This made the peddler angry. He stamped his foot at them and said, "You monkeys, you give me back my caps." But the monkeys only stamped their feet back at him and said, "Tsk, tsk, tsk." This made the peddler very, very angry. He stamped both his feet and shouted, "You monkeys, you must give me back my caps." But the monkeys only stamped both their feet back at him and said, "Tsk, tsk, tsk." By now, the peddler had become so angry that he took off his own cap, threw it on the ground, and began to walk away. But then, each monkey pulled off his cap, and all the blue, and all the red, and all the brown, and all the gray caps came flying down out of the tree. So, the peddler picked up his cap and put it back on his head. Then he checked to make sure all of his caps were straight. First, his own checked cap, then the brown caps, then the gray caps, then the blue caps, then the red caps on the very top. And slowly, he walked back to town calling, "Caps? Caps for sale? 50 cents a cap?" The end. Did you like that last story? Did you like Caps for Sale? I think that story has a lot of monkey business. And this next story has maybe even double the trouble. This is a story that I wrote about a friend of mine. So I don't have a book or pictures. So for our story, we're going to have to use our imaginations really well. And remember that wherever you are, you can use your imagination to go anywhere. This, like right now, I'm in a garage. And our story does not take place in a garage. So I'm going to use my imagination to take myself outside of a garage. Are you ready? Imagination caps on. I have this story for you all. It takes place in a jungle where you hear a lot of noise and you hear a lot of rumble. becomes a funky monkey cello fellow. Now this friend of mine, well, we're in luck because he's actually stuck here with me. Unlucky for him. But he's here with me today. And you'll see in our story he's pretty shy. So no promises, but I'll ask him if he'll come out and help me tell the story. But we all have to stay very quiet. Because even though you're not here, he's so shy he can hear you. I'll ask him. Hey, we're about to tell I'm about to tell your story. And it's really safe here. No gorillas, no danger. It would help me a lot if you helped tell the story. Would you? We are in luck. Everybody, please wave hello to Ollie the Orangutan. And, well, he's a monkey, but he looks pretty different from all the monkeys I've seen on TV and in zoos. But he's being very safe. He does have a mask. He's not telling the story, I am. So he can stay safe and wear his mask. Well, Ollie, in our story today, he has some special items that might look ordinary to you and I, but for him, they're magic items. And they're going to help him get out of trouble in our story. So Ollie's first item that he has is a magic hat that I'm borrowing right now. And Ollie's magic hat, well, if he gets in trouble, he can pull out from under his hat something called dream dust. Now, I should say, all of Ollie's items will only work if we help him use them. So for his hat and our dream dust, and everybody, I need you to reach up under your hat and pull out dream dust and blow it out, and it's dream dust. Because anybody the dust touches falls asleep. So, when Ollie needs to use his dream dust, everybody, wherever you are, grab a handful of dream dust, blow it out, and then pretend to fall asleep. Pretend to fall asleep. Now, Ollie's second item is a magic watch. It's magic because it can control time. So in our story, if Ollie turns on his watch, I need everyone to clap along with the ticking of the watch. But the watch will start to get slower and slower, and will clap slower and slower until time will stop. And no one except Ollie will be able to move. I'm frozen. I can't play the cello. Wherever you are, you're probably frozen too, because you were clapping along with his watch. That's Ollie's watch. And his third item is a very normal looking, but very magical umbrella. That when Ollie opens his umbrella, all of a sudden the sun in the jungle becomes so bright that no one except Ollie can see. Can we all close our eyes because it's so bright? Even if it's snowing where you are, can you close your eyes because it's so bright? So, we have our dream dust, our time-stopping watch, and our very, very bright umbrella. So, my friend Ollie, well, he lived in the jungle. And he had a nice life. He liked to hang from trees, take naps, usual monkey business. And one day, he was laying in his favorite tree and was just about to fall asleep when off in the jungle, there came a great rumble that got louder and louder. Branches in the trees started to snap and crack, and the birds in the trees started to fly in all different directions. This rumble got so loud until right in front of Charlie. Ollie. Charlie's a good friend of Ollie's. Right in front of Ollie came a whole troop of gorillas. And these gorillas didn't like Ollie very much. The leader of these gorillas was named Gary the gorilla, and he was the meanest, maybe smelliest gorilla of them all. And he wanted to scare Ollie. He was very mean. So he led the gorillas in what is called the gorilla song. It goes like this. We are gorillas, we are big and strong. We like to eat and very feet, we sing all day long. And to Ollie, that was a terrifying sound to hear with all the deep gorilla voices right in front of him. He wanted to be part of the fun, so he tried to sing his own song. But his voice was very high and quiet, so it sounded like this. Oh. I'm just a poor monkey, please don't make fun of me. I'm small and shy, my clothes are funny. I wish I had friends here where it's sunny. Now, the gorillas heard this, and they didn't like it. Gary said to the other gorillas, "Hey, you other gorillas, look at that hat. Let's steal it and stomp on it." A very rude thing to do to someone's hat. Gary jumped toward Ollie. Ollie jumped away quicker, and he reached up under his hat. Can we reach up under our hats? And he pulled out dream dust, and he blew it all over the gorillas, and all the gorillas fell asleep. And Ollie snuck away and waited till the coast was clear to go back to his favorite sleeping spot and just lay in a hammock and try to get over his fright from earlier. But it wasn't long until, from very far away, came a very mysterious rumble. That mysteriously got louder and louder until right in front of Ollie. He couldn't escape them. The gorillas were back once again. And as scared as he was, he stood his ground while Gary led the other gorillas in the gorilla song. Now, we've heard this song before because the gorillas love to sing it. Would you like to sing it along? You'll hear it more if you haven't gotten it yet. But sing along. Now, 2 things to sing the gorilla song really well. You have to use your deepest gorilla voice, and you have to put on your meanest gorilla face. So can everybody put on their meanest gorilla face and use their lowest gorilla voice, and we'll sing the gorilla song together. Ready, go! We are gorillas, we are big and strong. We like to eat have hairy feet, we sing all day long. If you didn't get it yet, they love to sing it. They'll sing it some more in our story. Well, Ollie hears that, and he is terrified. He tries to sing his song, but his voice, he's so scared, it's just shaking. His voice is shaking. He sings, I'm just a poor monkey, please don't make fun of me. I'm small and shy, my hair is funny. I wish I had friends here where it's sunny. I think that's a plenty nice song, but Gary did not think so. Gary said to the other gorillas, hey, other gorillas, look at that watch. I think we should take it and throw it in the river, which will, of course, break Ollie's watch. Well, Gary jumps toward the watch. Ollie jumps away quicker, and he turns on his watch. And all of a sudden, the gorillas and everyone can hear the ticking of the watch. Can we all clap with the ticking? The ticking that gets slower and slower until time itself stops. And no one can move. The gorillas couldn't move. I can't move. You can't move. Only Ollie can move. And he snuck away, quietly and safely, and waited until the next morning, a whole night, until it was bright sunny again for him to go back home. And he was so tired that he just tried to sleep and be by himself and forget about all those gorillas. trees, with all the branches snapping and cracking, and all the birds flying away. Do you know what this is? You should. The gorillas came smashing through the jungle right in front of Ollie, and Ollie was terrified. Gary was back at it again, and he led the gorillas in the meanest, lowest, somehow smelliest gorilla song of them all. Would you like to sing along? Put on your deepest gorilla voice in your meanest gorilla face. Let's sing the gorilla song. Ready? Ready, go! We are gorillas. We are big and strong. We like to eat, have hairy feet. We sing all day long. Ollie was so scared. He tried to sing his song, but it was so quiet. I'm just a poor monkey. Please don't make fun of me. I'm small and shy. My hair is funny. I wish I had friends here where it's sunny. Gary didn't even hear Ollie's song. He said to the other gorillas, "Hey, other gorillas, look at that umbrella. I think we should take it and break it in two." You can't use an umbrella that's broken in two. Gary jumped for the umbrella. Ollie grabbed it and jumped away faster. And he opened his umbrella, and all of a sudden, the sun in the jungle got so bright that no one could see. I can't see. The gorillas couldn't see. Everyone closed their eyes because it's so bright. And Ollie ran away. But this time, instead of just going back home, he started to get very sad. He felt so alone that he didn't have any friends that wanted to sing with him. He got so sad that he started to cry. It was really very sad. But then, out of nowhere, his umbrella started to get very bright, and the sun above him got so bright that he couldn't see. And when he could finally open his eyes, in his hands was a magical, Ollie-sized cello. And he had never seen anything like it before. He couldn't believe it. He took his cello straight to the gorillas to show them. And he marched right up to Gary and said, "Hey, Gary, look what I have. Look what I can do on my cello." And the gorillas had never seen anything so cool before. Gary said to Ollie, "Hey, Ollie, do you think you could play the gorilla song on your cello?" Ollie said, "I will certainly try." So together, with Ollie on his cello, me on my cello, everyone at home watching, and the gorillas, they all sang the loudest gorilla song yet. How loud can you be? Ready, go! We are gorillas, we are big and strong. We like to eat, have hairy feet, we sing all day long. And from that day on, Ollie and all the gorillas, with their music and their singing, were very, very close friends. The end. Well, those are my two monkey stories, Caps for Sale and Ollie's story. That's all we have for you today. But there are so many more stories coming your way in the week. I hope you enjoy them. I hope you use your imagination to take yourself wherever you feel like going. And I hope you stay well. From Ollie and me.